Hyperdrive MTG. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. Hyperdrive MTG here. I'm your host, Austin, and today we're going over 3 new leaks for Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty. That's right, 3 legendary dragons. Let's get right into it. So just letting you know, these are spoilers for the upcoming set of Magic, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. If you do not want spoilers, please leave the video now. For those of you who want to stay for the spoilers, I'm just going to let you know how I do spoilers is different from other people. I review cards based on their power level and what I personally think of how good they're going to be in different formats such as Commander, Legacy, Vintage, Modern, all that sort of stuff. And I do really brief discussions on it. I don't go really in depth. My rating system is pretty simple. I either rate a card bad, good, or insane. If a card is bad, it is either unplayable or so niche and unique that it just has so few implements that it's just unplayable and not good in most decks. If a card is good, it's playable and is able to be used in certain situations and maybe even many different situations, and it's going to perform pretty well overall in most any deck. And if a card is insane, this means it is so powerful that it probably should have never been printed and can perform in almost any deck no matter where you put it. This is my most powerful rating. So our first card that we're going to be talking about today is Ow, the Dawn Sky. So Ow is a white 5-costing legendary creature, dragon spirit, with flying and vigilance that reads, when Ow, the Dawn Sky, dies, choose one. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of non-land permanent cards with total mana value of 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And put 2 1/1 counters on each permanent you control that's a creature or a vehicle. My initial thoughts on this card is that it's effectively mono-white card draw in white. It allows you to get free value off of a death trigger and can let you play a lot of good things, like cards with no mana value, or cards that cost 0, or cards that are really low mana costing. In addition, it's also a miniature overrun effect in white, for not only creatures, but also for vehicles. My final say on this card is that it's good. It's going to be playable. Next up is Kari the Swirling Sky. Kari is a 6-mana legendary creature, dragon spirit, blue, that reads, flying, ward 3, when Kari the Swirling Sky dies, choose one, return any number of target non-land permanents with total mana value 6 or less to their owner's hands. Or you can mill 6 cards, then return up to 2 instant and/or sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. I'm just going to be honest here, this seems like the weakest of the cycle. It's just very underwhelming bounce effect for a blue card, and at 6 mana you can probably pay for something like Cyclonic Rift, or something similar and do better. And personally, I think blue has enough spell recursion that it doesn't really need this, and it's at much cheaper mana value anyways. 6/6 body with flying and ward is okay though, but at 6 mana you can get better things in blue. Not really much to say here, this card's bad. And last, but certainly not least, Kura the Boundless Sky. Kura is a green 5-mana legendary creature, dragon spirit, with flying, death touch, and reads, when Kura the Boundless Sky dies, choose one. Search your library for up to 3 land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Or create an XX green spirit creature token where X is the number of lands you control. Fetching up any land to your hand and doing that 3 times is really good in green. That's not a very common effect. I think this is really good and versatile for a green card on a death trigger. Being able to also make the token, if you don't need the lands, is also really nice as well. All on a 4/4 body with flying and death touch, very good. This card's good! Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to my leaks and spoiler review once again. As always, these are just leaks. We don't know if they're actually official cards yet, although let's just be honest, at this point, it's pretty obvious that they probably are. As always, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to leave any questions or comments in the comments below. And as always, stay hyper.